Hi, in this session we are going to learn how to build and execute C programs. As we have seen that C is a portable language, meaning we can execute C on Windows platform, Linux platform and Mac OS. We'll be demonstrating how to work on Windows platform as well as on Linux platform. Right, first let's look into how do we run a program on Windows platform. Now, see, in Windows, we do not have a C compiler which comes by default. We basically need to install C compiler. There are various C compilers which are available and you can work with. Generally, you might have worked with Turbo C compiler, okay, in your college days. We would not recommend Turbo C compiler because it's quite an old compiler and does not support all the new features which are present in C language. Then we do have other compilers like Dev C++ and Microsoft Visual Studio or Code Blocks, right? We basically recommend Code Blocks because it's basically a lightweight as well as a free software. It does not consume huge memory in your system, right? So first let's look into how do we download Code Blocks. If you want to download Code Blocks, just open a web browser and then you need to have internet connections, and in the search window just search for Code Blocks for Windows, okay? And then once you search for it, you will be taken to a website called as codeblocks.org/download. Right, you can just click out here. Then make sure that if you're working with Windows, just make sure that you're basically having this Windows and not Linux or Mac, right? Okay, because we can download Code Blocks for Windows, Linux as well as Mac. Okay, here we are trying to work with Windows. Now here you have various options, like we basically have Code Blocks setup and then Code Blocks no admin and then okay, various other options. In this, we need to basically select the fourth option, which is Code Blocks with WinGW compiler. Right now, okay, a bit more about Code Blocks is like Code Blocks is basically an integrated development environment. Right. In case if you just select this one, you only get the ID without any compiler. Right. Okay, we can link it with, if you have any other compilers, we can even use Code Blocks as an ID which can be linked with other compilers. But since we are going to work with Code Blocks, we does not have any other like we do not have any other compilers, like we are going to use Code Blocks itself, okay, with compiler. So we would like to select this Code Blocks with WinGW setup. Right, so this comes along with the GCC compiler, or you can just say WinGW compiler, and there are two different locations from where you can download it. Okay, FOSSHUB or SourceForge, you can use any of the places to download it. You can just click out here, it's going to start downloading it, and it should basically start downloading automatically, and it should take few seconds. It depends upon your internet speed. Right now, it has downloaded within a few seconds for me, and then you have the Code Block which is downloaded out here. You can just double click out here. It's quite easy to install. Okay, just double click and next. Right, you can just see out here, we just need to click next. Right, accept the license, then let us be the same thing as whatever you have the default settings, no changes to be done here. And then select the path. Okay, I think you need to remember this particular path, like okay, by default is like C drive, program files, and then Code Blocks, remember that. And then next, it is going to install it. The installation is completed, and you can observe that you get a message that you want to run this. Okay, and also you can observe that there is a Code Blocks icon created on the desktop. Right, okay, fine, let us try to launch this Code Blocks. The version is 17.12, and might be, depending upon the time, you might even have much newer versions. Right, you can download the latest version of Code Blocks. Right, this is the default screen which of Code Blocks once you launch for the first time. Right now, let us try to learn how do we write a very simple program. If you want to write a very simple program, the first thing is you need to create a file. You just need to click out the icon out here, the first icon here, to create a new file. Right, create an empty file, and then I would strongly recommend that you save the file before you start typing anything, because when you save it and if it has C extension, then you get a syntax highlighting. Let's save it. Select the path where you want to save it. Let's say I would like to save it in F drive here. I'd like to give the file name like first.c. Now let's start typing a hello world program. Let's try to write You can click and drag the mouse to increase the font size, right? And you have this first code to print hello world. Hello world, right? Okay, fine. The program is done, right? Now, if you want to run, you just need to click on this particular button, which is build and run. Click out here, it's going to execute, and the output comes in a new window, right? Your program is done out here. Make sure that you close the window, and then you can print any message or you can do any kind of C program out here, and then you just need to click out here, right? But in case, let us say we do a mistake, let's say for example I'm removing the semicolon, which is a mistake. Now if I try to build, then you will get the error messages out here in the build messages. Okay, out here you can observe that there is some problem out here, right? And you can look into this, and then you can rectify the program. Fine. Okay, I hope running a very simple program is quite easy out here, no complications. Fine. Then we will be doing many more programs in the next session. Thank you.